Jay Doran here,
Yep.
CEO of Culture Matters. We're here to talk about how to budget. So that's a common question I get in all areas. In real estate and credit blueprint, I'm assuming you see that a lot when coaching high net worth individuals. The budget's got to be one of the biggest things.
Yeah, I mean, your budget is what? It's the matter of circumstance of your life financially.
Yeah.
And that's the effect of the words you tell yourself, the thoughts you have, the ideas you have, and basically your character.
Yeah.
What habits do you have based on all the stuff that's happened, how you perceived it, and all of a sudden now you've got this situation. A budget is sitting down and saying, all right, these are my expenses, this is my income, we're going to move
It's
from
about controlling it and not letting life happen to you.
Yeah, we can't control, we don't define, because we can't refine our behavior if we don't define it.
Exactly.
So how have you helped your clients budget things out to help their credit?
Sure, absolutely. So number one, we got to see if they can afford our services, and we break it down very simple, right? So I ask my clients, can you afford coffee every day? And if they say yes, I say great. Stop drinking coffee and pay for our service to let you get on the right track to build your credit. Our services are only $4 a day. So I'm clearly defining that it's an attainable object. They can afford this if their mind allows them to, but if they don't acknowledge it and accept it and budget for it, then obviously how can they even wrap their heads around affording our services, right? It doesn't fit because they never placed it in their budget.
So you're saying the $15 a day I spend on Red Bull?
$4 a day. So you only buy one Red Bull, you can afford our services. So cut Red Bull.
If I buy 2 Red Bulls a day, I can still afford it.
Yes.
If I buy 3.
Cut one Red Bull out.
That's it? That's it?
That's how simple budgeting is.
Oh my God.
See, I don't like overdoing long budgets and reviewing number. I keep it simple. I use this app called Mint. So this
Wait, I got to know this. This is important. The average person that comes to you that wants help with the credit, what are they looking to do? Are they buying a house?
Typically, I would say they're looking for a mortgage or a
Are
car
most of
payment.
them going to stay in that house for like 30 years?
Well, that's the question I ask them. What's the answer? We got to get clear. Yes. That's the
So the intent is to stay in the house for 30 years?
Right.
Is that correct?
Well, it depends if they're first-time homeowners or if they're second-time. A lot of second-timers are going for that long-term home. First-timers are just getting out of the renting world, looking for that first-time home that they're going to upgrade in maybe 5 to 7 years to that more permanent home.
Got it.
So it's a flux. It's a flux.
Yeah, because if you actually do that, if you $4 a day is $1,460 a day, or a year. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, luckily
a year.
You're only with us for 4 months.
$1,460 a year, but you're only there for 4 months. But even if it was a year, if you live in the house for 40 years, that's like nothing. Over 30 years just to get your house. Would you invest $1,000 over a year? But you're not. You said 4 months. I don't know anything about credit.
It's most likely going to come out to be what, $500?
$500 to get your home,
and at a much better interest rate. So if you had a 550 credit score and some mortgage lender says they can approve you, which there might be some loans.
Oh, so you can get better interest rate.
If you get a point up front, there's a couple grand up front. We're saving you because now the mortgage lender isn't looking at you as risky of a loan.
Do your clients know that the average home, usually you're paying for like 3 homes over interest over 30 years, not counting inflation? So that's a fact. So if you're saving them interest, that's a lot of money. That's like thousands.
Or even 1 point. So if your credit's poor, you're a risky loan.
Okay.
So the mortgage lender might put a point on your mortgage, and that might be 1% of the home. If you're buying a $300,000 home, there's $3 grand.
So no matter what, if the credit isn't higher, they'll bang you up.
They'll hit you with points. They'll raise your interest rates. You're a risky loan, and essentially you're probably going to pay double.
No, tens of thousands of dollars. It's common sense. If you know anything about real estate finance,
over the course of the loan versus if your credit score had been 50 points better?
Yeah. When you buy a home, you're buying a home you're going to live in. It's an emotional reason. You want to live the American dream. That's your home. Over time, the interest, the bank's making their money. So you have to, number one, you have to understand that. Okay, this is an emotional purchase. There's nothing wrong with it. We all deserve to have the, home for our kids. And you have to understand, that's the American dream. But just by not having the right credit, you're going to pay tens of thousands of dollars more over 30 years because of interest. Just because you're trying to be penny wise and dollar foolish. At the end of the day, that's the truth of it. If you don't have high credit, like you said. And the other reason I know that, I don't need to know anything about credit. I know about finance. I know about interest. And you get that home, the average home, you're buying 3 homes over that time period. Now, you're obviously hoping that it goes up in value over the next 30 years, right?
Right.
So you'll win in the end, right? That's the hope. We're going to win in the end. We have a nice equity
But-
in it. We got the home.
So Jay, let me put this into perspective. If you came to me
Yeah.
and you had a 650 or a 700 credit score, and we approve you for the loan, no points, great interest rate, 3.5%.
Yeah.
Right. Now let's flip it. If you came to me with a 500 credit score,
Yeah.
we would hit you with probably 2 or 3 points, and your interest rate could be up to a half a point or a 1% higher. And 1%,
Could be.
3 to 4% over the course of 30 years is
Insane.
how many tens of thousands?
Lots.
So you're trying to save the $4 a day for
Yeah.
4 months in order to lose tens of thousands of dollars in the long. I don't get it in the long run.
Well, it's simple to get. Life is hard. There's things that come up. And at the end of the day, we have to make decisions to sacrifice what we want now for what we want
It's
most in the
sacrificing
future.
the short term for a huge long term plan.